Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the lecture of flexible machine elements. This is a part 2 of the lecture that we have started. In part 1 we have covered till the classification of belt drives, and we have discussed what is the difference between the open belt drive and cross belt drive, and we have mentioned some points over that. Okay, so we will continue from that. So other classifications are also there, like you can see in this particular slide. Two other classifications are there, like your quarter turn belt drive and belt drive with idler pulleys. Okay, so where actually this quarter turn belt drive is used? Okay, so this particular is used with shafts arranged at right angles and rotating in one definite direction. Okay, so you can see here the driver and driven shafts are 90 degree. The axis of the driver and driven are at 90 degree to each other. Okay, so in order to prevent the belt from leaving the pulley, the width of the face of the pulley should be greater or equal to that is written 1.4 b, where b is the width of the belt. Okay, so इस तरह का जो मोशन हो रहा है तो वहाँ पे ज़्यादा चांसेस रहता है कि बेल्ट पुली से बाहर निकल जाए, क्योंकि इट इज़ अ वेरी अनयूजुअल पोजीशन फॉर द बेल्ट टू बी मूव्ड और विल बी इन कंटिन्यूस मोशन. ओके, सो दैट इज़ वाई फेस का जो आपका मतलब विड्थ रहता है वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा रहना चाहिए, एंड दैट इज़ और डिज़ाइन के लिए जनरली इसको कितना लिया जाता है 1.4 बी. ओके, so face width that is equal to 1.4 b. B is the belt width. Okay, just one extra information, nothing else. Okay, so the next classification is belt drive with idler pulley. Okay, so what is the function of this particular idler pulley? Okay, this particular system is used whenever the shafts are arranged parallel and when the open belt drive cannot be used due to small angle of contact on the smaller pulley. Okay, so this type of drive is provided to obtain the high velocity ratio and when the required belt tension cannot be obtained by other means. So यहाँ पे जो आप डायग्राम देख रहे हो, ये जनरली ये जो आइडलर पुली, छोटा सा पुली जहाँ पे आइडलर पुली लिखा है, वो क्या कर रहा है जनरली, जो बेल्ट का जो टेंशन है उसको थोड़ा ज़्यादा कर रहा है. सो ऑब्वियसली यू कैन गो फॉर अ हायर वेलोसिटी रेशियो और पावर ट्रांसमिशन कैन बी मोर. एंड इससे क्या होता है, यहाँ पे जो आप देख सकते हो आपका जो मतलब रैपिंग होता है वो थोड़ा मतलब ज़्यादा मतलब ड्राइविंग या फिर ड्रिवन के ऊपर रैप का पोजीशन उसका ज़्यादा हो जाता है, या फिर आप बोल सकते हो कि एंगल ऑफ रैप उसका ज़्यादा हो सकता है बाय यूजिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर idler pulley. So this is the function of this idler pulley. Why we are using idler pulley I have already explained. Okay, so these are two important classification. Moving on to the next classification, that is compound belt drive, stepped or cone pulley drive, and fast and loose pulley drive. Like you have uh, known about the concept of compound gear drive. Similar working principle is going. Similar working principle is also here for your compound belt drive. Okay, so यहाँ पे जनरली क्या होता है, कंपाउंड बेल्ट ड्राइव पावर इज ट्रांसमिटेड फ्रॉम वन शाफ्ट टू अनदर थ्रू नंबर ऑफ पुलीज. ओके, जो कि आप देख सकते हो मिडिल में जो पुली है आपका, उसमें दो मतलब सॉरी मिडिल में जो आपका शाफ्ट है दैट टू पुलीज आर अरेंज्ड. ओके, सो दिस इज यूज फॉर दिस, मतलब क्या हो सकता है जहाँ पे आपको पावर ट्रांसमिशन ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है, वहाँ पे आप कंपाउंड बेल्ट ड्राइव भी यूज़ कर सकते हो. ओके, then we will come to the stepped pulley drive. Stepped pulley drive में क्या हुआ है, as you can see in this diagram. Okay, different diameter pulleys are used. Okay, so whenever we will change the position of the belt to different pulleys, the power transmission can be varied, or simply we can go for a multi power transmission system जहाँ पे कि different different power transmit आप कर सकते हो according to the usage or according to the system requirement. Okay, so this is your stepped or cone pulley drive. Then we will discuss about this fast and loose pulley drive. What is this fast and loose pulley drive? Okay, so one thing that is here, you can see the diagram. Two pulleys are there, that is the conventional belt drive, but another pulley that is written here, fast pulley and loose pulley. What is the concept of this fast pulley and loose pulley? Okay, so it is used when the driven or the machine shaft is to be started or stopped whenever desired without interfering with the driving shaft. Okay, just remember the point. It is used when the driven or the machine shaft or the output shaft is to be started or stopped whenever the desired without interfering with the driving shaft. Okay, so basically a pulley which is key to the machine shaft is called the fast pulley. Okay, so यहाँ पे जो fast machine shaft के साथ connected है, that one is known as your fast pulley and runs at the same speed as the machine shaft. Okay, a loose pulley runs freely over the machine shaft and is incapable of transmitting any power. ये जो आपका लूज पुली के ऊपर अभी आपका मतलब है बेल्ट, ओके, इसको मतलब पावर ट्रांसमिशन के लिए मतलब कोई ऐसा दिया गया नहीं है, तो इसका काम क्या है एक्चुअली? So generally when the driven shaft is required to be stopped, okay, when the driven shaft is required to be stopped, the belt is pushed onto the loose pulley by means of the sliding bar having belt forks. Okay, जो स्लाइडिंग बार आपका रहता है, यहाँ पे मैंने दिखाया नहीं है, स्लाइडिंग बार एक आपका रहता है जो कि बेल्ट का पोजीशन एक पुली से दूसरी पुली को चेंज कर सकता है. सो इससे अगर लूज पुली के ऊपर आ गया, एज यू नो दिस पुली विल नॉट ट्रांसफर एनी काइंड ऑफ पावर. सो ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे आपका क्या हुआ, काम भी मतलब क्या हुआ, मतलब पावर ट्रांसमिशन स्टॉप हो गया विदाउट स्टॉपिंग द वर्किंग ऑफ द बेल्ट. ओके, so this is the different classification of your belt drives. Okay, I hope you have understood the classification. Okay, moving on, we will discuss about the velocity ratio. Okay, so first we will discuss about the velocity ratio taking no slip into consideration. As you can see in this diagram, a typical diagram of your belt drive or open belt drive. Okay, and we have already discussed one side of the belt is your tight side and another side of the belt is slack side. What does it mean? That whenever the driver pulley is moving in this clockwise rotation, it is pulling this belt, that is the lower side. Okay, it's pulling the belt that is in the lower side. Okay, so more pull will be there, so more tension will be there as compared to the upper side of the belt. Okay, so in the lower side there will be more tension as compared to the upper side. So this one is known as your tight side and this one is known as your slack side. Okay, so whenever we are saying that we are not considering the slip here, okay, that means the velocity of attained by this driving pulley or driver pulley will be equal to the velocity attained by the driven pulley. So v1 will be equal to what? R omega. Okay, R multiplied by the angular velocity, omega is equal to 2 pi n by 60. Okay, so R, that is the radius of the driving pulley or driven pulley. So here v1 is equal to v2, that is equal to pi d2 n2 divided by 60. d2 means that is equal to 2r2, that is the radius of driven pulley. Okay, so 2r2, that is equal to d2. So the formula will become v1 equal to v2, that is equal to pi d2 n2 by 60. So pi d1 n1 by 60 is equal to pi d2 n2 by 60, as there is no slip. So from this relation we came to know, or we have a result that n1 by n2 is equal to d2 by d1. Okay, so if thickness of the belt is considered, generally in some problem it can be asked, or it can include the thickness कभी कभी include कर लेता है. So अगर thickness include कर लेता है तो कोई बात नहीं, thickness आपका तो बेल्ट का thickness टोटल ड्राइविंग पुली से लेकर ड्रिवन पुली तक, क्योंकि यूनिफॉर्म एक बेल्ट आपका यूज हुआ है तो सेम ही रहेगा. आपको खाली क्या करना है, d2 में t ऐड कर देना है, d1 में भी t ऐड कर देना है. सो नाउ द रिलेशन विल बिकम n1 by n2 is equal to d2 plus t divided upon d1 plus t. Okay, so this is simply the velocity ratio. Okay, moving on, so whenever we will consider the slip, okay, so that is the main part. Whenever we will consider the slip, because already I have told you how the slip is occurring. Simply in one line we can say that whenever the force of friction is less than the power requirement or power transmission, okay, then only the slip is occurring. Okay, So if slip is occurring, that is practically it will occur, okay, then how the velocity ratio will be affected. Okay, so as you can see, same thing I have written here. So this may also cause some forward motion of the belt without carrying the driven, because the friction is less, so forward motion can be possible. So this is called the slip of the belt, and is generally expressed as the percentage. Okay, it can be a single percentage, and it can be considered as the double percentage, that is for driver pulley and driven pulley also. Okay, so here I have written only S, because S is equal to S1 plus S2. You can say that S is equal to S1 plus S2. Okay, so S1 is your you can consider the slip percentage over your uh, driving pulley. S2 is the slip percentage over your driven pulley, and slip is always in percentage. Okay, so here what will happen? So V2 will be equal to V1 multiplied by 1 minus S by 100, because this due to this particular slip there will be variation in the velocity will not be equal. So V2 will be equal to V1 multiplied by 1 minus S by 100. Okay, so directly, because the derivation not much of importance, so directly I am writing, so pi d2 n2 divided by 60 will be equal to pi d1 n1 by 60 multiplied by simply v2 is equal to pi d2 n2 by 60, if that is equal to r omega. Okay, so pi d1 n1 by 60 multiplied by 1 minus s by 100. So this formula you can take, or you can use whenever the problem is asking, or in the problem where the slip is considered. Okay, and to know whether the slip is asking, obviously slip will be given in the percentage. Okay, moving on. What is the creep in the belt? Okay, this one is also an interesting concept about the belt. Okay, so basically क्या होता है कि बेल्ट जब भी आपका मतलब स्लैक साइड से टाइट साइड को जाता है, कि आप मतलब डायग्राम में देखो होगे कि आपका नीचे वाला जो हिस्सा होता है दैट इज टाइट साइड, एंड ऊपर वाला जो हिस्सा होता है दैट इज योर स्लैक साइड. ओके, सो जनरली क्या होता है कि जब टाइट साइड सॉरी स्लैक साइड से टाइट साइड की तरफ जाता है, सर्टेन पोर्शन ऑफ द बेल्ट विल एक्सटेंड. ओके, एंड इट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स आल्सो. ओके, अगेन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कब होगा? जब आपका टाइट साइड से फिर से आपका स्लैक साइड में जाएगा, क्योंकि टाइट साइड में आपका ज़्यादा टेंशन होता है, टेंशन रहता है बेल्ट में. सो ज़्यादा टेंशन एरिया से जब वो कम टेंशन मतलब पोर्शन को जाएगा जब बेल्ट, सो ऑब्वियसली देयर विल बी सम कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. सो ये जो कंटिन्यूसली आपका मतलब साइक्लिक पीरियड में क्या होता है आपका माने एक्सटेंड होता है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करता है, इसी के वजह से क्या होता है, देयर विल बी अ फेलियर. Okay, so there will be a failure, and that failure is known as your creep. Okay, so due to these changes of the length, there is a relative motion between the belt and the pulley surfaces, and this relative motion is termed as creep. Okay, you can and always you have already known the concept of the creep. Okay, because it is a property, actually it is not a property, it is a failure. Okay, fatigue and creep generally जब भी प्रॉपर्टी हम डिस्कस करते हैं वहाँ पे लिखा जाता है, लेकिन you have to know that fatigue and creep, those two are failures. Okay, so the total effect of creep is to reduce slightly the speed of the driven pulley or the follower. Okay, so speed आपका थोड़ा जो आपका output speed जो रहता है वो slightly उसी की वजह से कम हो जाता है. So here the formula is also written, that is n2 by n1 is equal to d1 by d2 multiplied by capital E, that is for your Young's modulus of the material that we are using the belt. Okay, then plus root over of sigma 2 divided upon E plus root over of sigma 1, that is sigma 1 stress in the belt on the tight side and sigma 2 stress in the belt at the slack side. Okay, so the formula is only needed. Okay, or simply it can be asked for 2 marks, what is the creep in the belt, or what is the concept of creep in the belt. Okay, so there shouldn't be any problem to answer this. Okay, and one thing I forgot whenever I was discussing about the different types of belt. Okay, to discuss about the material of the belt that we are using. Okay, so generally we use a leather belt or fabric belts and rubber belt. These three materials are common whenever we are discussing about the materials of the belt. Okay, and these three materials are generally picked for the flat belts. Okay, भी वेल्ड के लिए जनरली रबर ही हम यूज़ करते हैं, जो कि मतलब फैब्रिक के साथ मतलब मिल के बनाया जाता है, ठीक है। देन रोप का हम क्या बोल सकते हैं मटेरियल, रोप का मतलब मटेरियल कॉटन हो सकता है, मनीला हो सकता है, वायर भी हो सकता है, और एक मटेरियल रहता है हेम्प। ओके, हेम्प एंड मटीला फाइबर को मतलब जनरली वो थोड़े बहुत रफ होते हैं। ओके, सो इसीलिए इससे हेम्प और मनीला में से जो आपका मतलब यूज़ होता है मटेरियल फॉर द रोप ड्राइव, ओके, सो वो जो रोप होते हैं वो थोड़ा मतलब फ्लेक्सिबल नहीं होते, ठीक है। लेकिन मनीला रोप जो होता है वो जनरली स्ट्रॉन्ग रहता है एज कम्पेयर टू द हेम्प रोप। ओके, सो यहाँ पे मैं थोड़ा सा लिख देता हूँ मटेरियल के बारे में। ओके, सो मटेरियल क्या क्या हम यूज़ करेंगे, फर्स्ट वन दैट इज लेदर, देन फैब्रिक, then your rubber. These are the common material. Okay, and for your particular ropes, for ropes what we are using, cotton, hemp, then manila or wire. Okay, so generally हम वायर वाला कब यूज़ करेंगे, अगर जनरली हम बात करते हैं, ओके, वायर हम कब यूज़ करेंगे, जब आपका मतलब पावर ट्रांसमिशन या फिर द अमाउंट ऑफ पावर दैट इज टू बी ट्रांसफर्ड इज लार्ज, ओके, देन ओनली वी विल गो फॉर द वायर। ओके, एंड ओवर द लॉन्ग लेंथ्स, क्योंकि वायर थोड़ा मतलब एज कम्पेयर टू अदर मटेरियल वो सबसे स्ट्रॉन्ग रहता है। एंड जनरली इस डिस्टेंस वायर हम कब यूज़ करते हैं, व्हेनेवर द डिस्टेंस इज अबाउट 150 मीटर। ओके, सो वहाँ पे या फिर कन्वेयर, एलिवेटर, यहाँ पे सब हम जो एलिवेटर में मतलब हमारा आना जाना रहता है, उसका जो रोप रहता है वो जनरली दैट इज़ मेड ऑफ वायर, दैट कैन नॉट बी मेड ऑफ कॉटन और अदर मटेरियल, बिकॉज दैट विल बी वेरी फ्रेजाइल। ओके, वो जल्दी टूट जाएगा। ओके, so this is about the creep of the belt. I hope you understand the concept of sleep and creep. Okay, so moving on to the next. Okay, now we will discuss about the action of the belt on the pulley, how actually, or simply here we will discuss actually how the belt and pulley works together when in this belt drive. Okay, so as you can see in this particular diagram, I have separated the driver pulley, and I have shown the tension that is applied on the belt. Okay, so to transmit torque from one shaft to another effectively, so it's necessary always the belt should not leave the pulley. ये तो मतलब सबसे मतलब इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है, इसीलिए हम स्लिप को ओवर कम करने के लिए मतलब करते हैं, क्राउनिंग करते हैं, जो कि मैं डिस्कस नहीं किया हूँ, करूँगा व्हाट इज़ क्राउनिंग एक्चुअली। ओके, सो जनरली तरह तरह के मतलब भी बेल्ट ड्राइव इसीलिए मतलब बनाया गया कि बेल्ट किसी भी कैसे भी करके मतलब पुली से मतलब खिसक ना जाए। ओके, सो ये पहला पॉइंट सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है। सो एज यू कैन सी इन दिस फिगर, so belt is tightened over the pulley, on the pulley, and applying an equal amount of pull to the two ends of the belt. Okay, so this result in an initial tension T, जो capital T मैंने यहाँ पे दिखाया है, that is already applied to the belt. Okay, whenever we are setting up the belt, right? ओके, उसके बाद क्या करना है, सपोज मान लो कि ये सेटिंग हो गया, अभी सपोज मान लो कि हम वर्किंग करना स्टार्ट करेंगे, तो वर्किंग करना मतलब स्मॉल टॉर्क दैट इज एफ इज अप्लाइड, ओके, टू द ड्राइविंग पुली इन द क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन। ओके, सो अगर एफ हम अप्लाई करेंगे या फिर टॉर्क आपका अप्लाई करना शुरू हो गया, तो क्या होगा, ऑब्वियसली देयर विल बी अ टाइट साइड एंड स्लैक साइड, जो कि हम बार बार डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। ओके, बट इफ द मोशन इज रजिस्टर्ड, द पुली विल हैव अ टेंडेंसी टू स्लीप ओवर द बेल्ट। ओके, सपोज मान लो किसी भी वजह से हमने क्या किया, मतलब सपोज मान लो कि हम तो ऐसा तो नहीं कर सकते प्रैक्टिकली। सपोज मान लो बेल्ट को मैंने पकड़ दिया तो क्या होगा, पुली अपने आप खाली घूमता रहेगा लेकिन पावर ट्रांसमिशन आपका नहीं होगा। सो दैट इज द केस दैट इज रिटन हियर, इफ द मोशन इज registered, pulley will have a tendency to slip over the belt. So if equilibrium is considered and slipping of the belt or slipping of the pulley will be prevented by a frictional force that is F dash, that is equal to F acting on the anti clockwise direction। यही हम सोच सकते हैं मैकेनिक्स अगर हम यूज़ करेंगे तो। अगर जनरली हम स्लिप कंसिडर नहीं करते तो क्या हो सकता है, तो जो frictional force that is F dash है that must be equal to the F that will balance them between themselves। Okay, so this frictional force in the belt creates an increased tension on one side that is equal to T1 and the decreased tension on the other side। जो आपका T1 और T2 जो टाइट साइड स्लैक साइड दो अलग अलग आते हैं, ठीक है, उसका रीज़न यही होता है कि जो आपका फ्रिक्शन रहता है बिटवीन द बेल्ट एंड द पुली। अगर वो फ्रिक्शन नहीं रहेगा तो स्लिप होगा, स्लिप होगा मतलब आपका पावर, आपका मतलब पुली घूमता रहेगा, पावर ट्रांसमिशन नहीं होगा। ओके, सो ऑब्वियसली इफ द टॉर्क and you want to set a relation between the torque and the tension, so that will be T1 minus T2 will be equal to F। Okay, so what is T1 minus T2? That is a frictional component F dash। Okay, so this is the result of this action of the belt on the pulley। Okay, so now we will little bit discuss about the length of the belt, that is for open drive, or we will derive what should be the length of the belt for an open drive। Okay, so here I have already written, or you can see in the example I have mentioned some points. See, E and G, these points where actually we can consider the belt is going forward for the driven। Okay, और ऐसे भी आप बोल सकते हो कि यहाँ से आपका मतलब जो ड्राइवर पुली और बेल्ट के बीच जो कांटेक्ट था वो यहाँ से मतलब क्या होता है, कांटेक्ट वहाँ से मतलब नहीं रहता। यहाँ से G से लेकर J एंड J से लेकर E तक आपका टोटल आपका ड्राइवर पुली के ऊपर आपका बेल्ट का कांटेक्ट रहा, उसके बाद धीरे धीरे क्या होगा, इट विल मूव फॉरवर्ड टू द ड्राइवर ड्रिवन पुली। ओके, सो वैसे ड्रिवन पुली में भी वही होगा। ड्रिवन पुली में जो F K H ये जो पोर्शन दिखाया गया है, दैट इज द पोर्शन वेयर एक्चुअली योर बेल्ट इज इन कॉन्टैक्ट विद द ड्रिवन पुली। Okay, so whenever we are saying about the length of the belt, what we can do, we can also simply from G to J to E, this will form an arc, and in driven pulley also FKH, this will form another arc। Okay, so adding these two arc and this length EF and GH। Okay, so if we will add all these two arcs and the two lengths, we will get the total length of the belt। Yes or no? So that is also written here। So L is equal to arc GJE plus EF plus arc FKH plus HG। Okay, so you can and in other words that is 2 multiplied by arc JE, क्योंकि J जो पॉइंट रहता है वो पूरे मिडिल में है, so this particular arc can be divided JE and JG, that is equal। Okay, JE equal to JG, so you can write 2 into arc JE plus EF plus arc FK, क्योंकि EF is also equal to GH। okay, क्योंकि सिमेट्री आपको पता चल मतलब डायग्राम से पूरा पता चल रहा है। ओके, so the formula for the length of the belt is pi by 2 d1 plus d2, that is d1 the diameter of the driving pulley, d2 is the driven pulley, plus 2x, x you can say that the length between the centers O1 and O2 plus d1 minus d2 whole square divided by 4x। okay, so this is the formula and we are going to derive। so okay, so here the diagram I have created in this whiteboard। okay, so now we will write what we have taken assumption, or what are the notation that we are going to use। suppose R1 R1 and R2 are the radius or radii of larger and the smaller pulley. Okay, so first time I'm using this whiteboard thing, so uh, don't mind if my handwriting goes very in that it goes very drastically. Okay, so x is equal to distance between the center, that is O1 and O2. Okay, and L is the total length. Okay, so we can say that let the belt leaves the larger pulley at E and G and the smaller pulley at F and H, that I have already told you. Okay, so बेल्ट कहाँ पे E और G से बड़े मतलब बड़ा जो पुली रहता है उसको मतलब छोड़ रहा है, एंड F और H से छोटा पुली को छोड़ रहा है. Okay, so from the geometry of the figure we find that O2M. Okay, and another thing that we have to draw, see in the diagram, see we have to draw one parallel, that is O2 to M. Okay, that is O2M will be parallel to EF. Okay, so we have to draw this. So from the geometry of the figure we can see that O2M will be perpendicular to O1E. Obviously EF is perpendicular to O1E and O2M is parallel to EF, so O2M will be perpendicular to O1E. So let the angle MO2 O1 MO2 O1 angle MO2 O1 will be equal to alpha radian. Okay, alpha radian. Then as I have already discussed, L will be equal to 2 multiplied by arc JE plus EF plus arc FK. Arc FK. Okay. Okay, I'm moving to the next page. Okay. So from the geometry of the figure, if I'm going to find out the sine alpha, what will be the value? That is O1M divided by O1 and O2. Okay, O1M, that is see O1M divided by O1 O2. Okay, so O1M will be equal to okay, O1M will be equal to O1E minus EM divided by O1 O2. So that is equal to, what is O1E and EM? O1E is simply you can write R1, that is the radius of the larger pulley, and EM is equal to R2, that is equal to radius of the smaller pulley divided by x. As I have already told you, x is the distance between the two center. Okay, and since alpha is very small, okay, so since alpha is very small, alpha is very small, sin alpha will be equal to alpha, and that will be equal to, that is alpha obviously in radians, remember that, that is equal to r1 minus r2 divided by x. Okay, so arc j will be equal to, now we will get all the values that we have written, that is L equal to arc j, ef and arc fk. We have to derive the particular value of arc j, ef and arc fk. Okay, so one by one we will discuss. Okay, so arc j will be equal to, arc j will be equal to r1 multiplied by theta radian, that is r1 multiplied by pi by 2 plus alpha. Okay, then arc, let me write this, then I will show you on the diagram. Arc fk will be equal to r2 multiplied by pi by 2 plus, sorry, minus, this will be minus, okay, minus alpha. Then ef will be equal to, ef will be equal to mo2, and that will be equal to root over of o1 o2 square minus o1 m square. So that will become o1 o2 is equal to x square minus r1 minus r2 whole square. Okay, so this is the value of your ef or mo2. Okay, so let me show you on the diagram itself. See here arc j, so this is the arc j. Okay, this particular arc, the angle subtended by this particular arc is this much. Okay, so what is this arc? This is your pi by 2 plus alpha. So I have written that r1 multiplied by pi by 2 plus alpha. Similarly, if we are going for the driven pulley and we are considering the arc fk, this one is fk. Okay, so fk is simply, this is pi by 2 90 degree and alpha यहाँ से शुरू होता है. So this particular angle will be what, subtracted from pi by 2. So r2 multiplied by pi by 2 minus alpha. Then ef will be equal to, this one is ef, this particular length. Okay, so ef will be equal to mo2 because the length is same. Okay, so mo2 will be equal to what, o1 o2 square minus o1 o2 whole square minus o1 m whole square, this particular length. Okay, so o1 m is equal to what, this is the total r1. Okay, okay, so this particular so this is your r1. Okay, and this particular length is your r2. So this length will be r1 minus r2. Okay, so r1 minus r2 whole square, and o1 o2 will be equal to x, that we already know. So x square minus r1 minus r2 whole square will root over, that will be equal to ef. Okay, so now moving on with our derivation. So ef we can write, ef will be equal to, if we will take the common out of the root over, x will be out of the square root, 1 minus r1 minus r2 divided by x whole square. Okay, so this is it. So this particular equation can be expanded binomially, as we know we are using very small value of alpha. Okay, so we can expand this particular equation binomially. So EF will be equal to x multiplied by 1 minus 1 by 2 r1 minus r2 divided by x whole square, and so, and that will be continued. Okay, so simply we will take the smaller degree. Okay, higher degree हम consider नहीं करेंगे. So x will be multiplied with this equation, x minus r1 minus r2 whole square divided by 2x. Okay, because this this x and this x cancel out, because this will be x square, so 2x will be there. So x minus r1 minus r2 whole square divided by 2x. So now we can write the total length equation. Okay, now we can write the total length equation. Okay, so L will be equal to 2 multiplied by r1 multiplied by pi by 2. Sorry, this I'm using my smartphone only. Okay, that is why I'm not familiar with this particular process. I will get it, don't worry. So x minus r1 minus r2 whole square divided by 2x plus r2 multiplied by pi by 2 minus alpha. Okay, so this is the equation now. So we will simplify this one. I will not write all the steps including, directly I will write the value. So L will be equal to pi r1 plus r2. Okay, because you are smart enough, you can at least you can do the steps that is included in between by yourself. Okay, so 2 alpha multiplied by r1 minus r2 plus 2x minus r1 minus r2 whole square divided by x. Okay, so now if we will substitute the alpha value, that is equal to what? r1 minus r2 divided by x. What will be the result? Okay, so L will be equal to pi r1 plus r2 plus 2 multiplied by, that is alpha into r1 minus r2. So alpha will be equal to r1 minus r2 divided by x multiplied by r1 minus r2 plus 2x minus r1 minus r2 whole square divided by x. Okay, so if we will derive the final equation, that will become, so this r1 and r2 will become, we will write in the form of diameter. So this r1 r2 will become d1 by 2 and d2 by 2. So directly r1 plus r2 will be d1 by 2 plus d2 by 2. So that will become pi by 2 multiplied by d1 plus d2 plus 2x plus d1 minus d2 whole square divided by 4x. So this is the final equation that we want. Okay, so this equation that we have already solved. So this is it for this particular lecture. Now I know this lecture is a bit longer as compared to the previous one, पर कोई बात नहीं, अगर इसमें डेरिवेशन हुआ इसीलिए थोड़ा मतलब ज़्यादा खिंच गया। उसके बाद जो भी डेरिवेशन पार्ट होगा आई विल ट्राई टू डू इन वेरी शॉर्ट टाइम पीरियड। ओके, सो थैंक यू।